Okay, concepts. We're gonna make a movie, right? But here's the twist. The characters in it, they can't talk. Jim Halpert, The Office. Honestly, that's how I imagine the sales pitch went for the Quiet Place movie, and it works. That's like the whole concept, right? Like aliens, they come crashing in from outer space. They want to eat us. They want to kill us. They want to take over our planet. They can hunt us because they're faster, stronger, and practically indestructible. But the one twist is that they don't have the ability to see. They can only hunt through hearing, so the entire world becomes... With all the hype around the franchise releasing its third installment this year, it feels like it was a good call for them to try their hand at a video game in the universe. And honestly, despite the fact that the core idea of the game is being a walking simulator, I truly feel like the game does a good job at being exactly what it should. It felt like it was the perfect length. Each level had its own personality with new mechanics. They tell a unique story that still feels coherent to the movie, and most importantly, a fair price tag. Gameplay wise, I'd compare it closely to something like Alien Isolation with less complexity to it. It doesn't really have any puzzles. Your goal truly is just to quietly survive and progress through the world. Something that I really appreciate is the fact that there are multiple different ways to navigate each level, so there's really no right way to play through the game. But with that being said, if you're not going for the platinum trophy, you weren't doing it right. There are 53 trophies in the Quiet Place video game, consisting of a little bit of everything. Story related trophies, difficulty related trophies, collectibles, miscellaneous tasks, and speedruns. Wait, I thought you had to move slow and quiet in order to actually like survive in the game. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? As per usual, our platinum journey begins with our initial story mode playthrough. I decided to play on medium difficulty, which I end up finding out is a mistake and a giant waste of time. And since this is a next-gen console video game, we have next-gen console mechanics, which means an all-new immersive experience that taps into your controller's microphone. Make too much noise in real life and your character pays the ultimate price. And because I was streaming the game, I figured it would be a fun idea to leave this feature turned on and force myself to whisper to chat for 5 hours straight. You can call me an ASMR YouTuber or whatever. Honestly, with where my controller is right now, if I farted, if I ripped it, I would definitely die. Anyway, this fact is pretty irrelevant right now since you can't die during the first portions of the game anyway, which actually take place on the day of arrival. We take control of a younger version of our main character, Alex, who's hanging out with her boy toy Martin. And ooh, let me tell ya, Martin, being the W skibbity Rizzler he is, decided the best way to confess his love for Alex, hear me out here, would be to leave her alone in the forest. That man's got game. I mean, I gotta give it up to him because he even goes out of his way to set up this elaborate prank to scare Alex. Nah, low-key, why did that door just open though? That was not in the script. Watch it just slam, like what? So she's already on edge, and just before we find him, he jumps out and scares her into having an asthma attack. So brilliant job, Martin. But honestly, I can't complain too much because we get our first trophy. We jump forward to the president. It looks like Martin actually knows more about women than I do because he and Alex are still together. Sure, maybe it's because of an apocalyptic alien invasion, but game guy recognized game. It's been 105 days since the aliens arrived, and Alex and Martin are searching for supplies to bring back to their group at the hospital. While searching, I find a secret entrance that takes me to my first collectible item. My sounds are muffled. What is this, bro? Distracted child is like the first trophy I actually get. Collect a toy. I was like, what is this cool ship here? Let me get it. It was shiny. I wanted it, okay? This is just one of 4 different types of collectibles within the game, alongside documents, mixtapes, which we also found one of in this mission, and briefcases. Of course, I'll need to collect every single one of these in the platinum journey, but for now, we focus on the task at hand. Peeing on a stick. That's right, big plot twist. Not only is our main character, Alex, an acute asthmatic that has episodes whenever she's in a stressful situation, but she is also pregnant with a baby. In a world where making a sound as quiet as stepping on a leaf gets you killed. I'm sure it'll all be okay. Just look how happy Martin is when he finds out. See? He's doing his cool little dancey dance. Yeah. Alex, on the other hand, gets a bit overstimulated by everything and begins to have another asthma attack. But this is where we're introduced to a new QTE mechanic to reject the attack. Oh, we gotta hit a freaking Dead by Daylight skill check here. I'm ready. I'm actually the best. Yo, I know I'm 26, but I still got the reaction speed, baby. Did you see that? Tell me you saw that. See, I told you, everything's gonna be just fine. Oh my God, Alex is stuck in a tree step, bro. No, she dropped her inhaler. Alex, shut up, shut up, shut up. Wait, Martin, what are you doing? Martin, no! Well, he's dead. 2 weeks go by and Alex is back at the hospital working on a device called a phonometer. Her dad comes in to check on her when he discovers her pregnancy test, and after a quick conversation with him, we find out she hasn't told anybody about the baby, not even Martin's mom, Laura. We take control of Alex as we make our way to the storage room, and while walking around, I stop by the chapel and just so happen to knock out a miscellaneous trophy for lighting each candle. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know about this trophy. I was just playing with fire. Once we collect what we need, we go back to our room, and it turns out Alex is also narcoleptic because she falls asleep at her desk with the pregnancy test in hand. And of course, we wake up to see Laura, who is surprised to see the test, as anyone would be in that situation. Laura then locks her in her room, saying she won't let Alex hurt any other members in her family, and honestly, base Laura, because this girl is not equipped to survive the world. Regardless, Alex's dad, Kenneth, doesn't agree with this choice, so he attempts to sneak her out through the vents of the hospital, but oh no, he got caught. Surely no one will overreact and push him into a door. Shit. Well, now the Death Angels are in the hospital, and this is actually the first part of the game where you can die at. And remember earlier what I said about my mic being on? Anyway, this is the first time the mic... Oh shit, that freaked me out! No! Oh! Too much noise! Okay, so my microphone's working. Dude, that genuinely freaked me out. I think it was gonna run from behind me. We get a trophy for our first death, and from this point forward, I'll be dying anytime I step on glass, kick a can, or speak too loudly. Luckily, that phonometer Alex was working on is finished, and this is basically a sound detection device that'll let you know your environment's volume and the noise level you're producing. In short term, if you keep the green bar quieter than the blue bar, you won't die. We use this to guide our way through the hospital and avoid detection while face to face with the creatures. Once we escape, we unlock a trophy for doing so, and are now in the forest where we spot Laura and Mark seemingly hunting for us. But for some reason, about 10 minutes later, we see Mark fully sprinting and screaming before he's obviously killed. I'll never understand the logic here. If you accidentally make a noise, why run and scream instead of quietly moving from where you made that sound? Or, hey, Mark, maybe take that gun you're holding and, I don't know, throw it somewhere to distract the monster? Either way, Mark, 0 IQ, negative KD. Laura, on the other hand, manages to find us as we're searching a property, and Alex, afraid for her life, stumbles off the balcony and knocks a ladder down in the process, alerting a nearby monster. And I didn't even think about this until now, but she was completely unfazed by that fall. Like, bro, if that was me, I would have been there dead on the ground with like 12 broken bones, holding my ankle like I'm Peter Griffin. But after another close encounter, we escape and unlock the Force Trophy for completing the level. We have a flashback to day 1 after Alex calms from the asthma attack Martin gave her in the beginning of the game, and we see the family having a cookout together. This level really gave me some Life is Strange vibes with the color palette and music choices. It was pretty chill. Martin and Alex head up to the attic to listen to some music, and this is where we see how it all began. We pop the Lake House Trophy for witnessing the arrival and jump back to reality where we find a sign that shows us the route to a camping ground. We arrive and inside the radio station find our dad. He had been searching the area and found that the survivors that were there were in contact with someone over the radio. Unfortunately, the antenna from the station is down, but there's another at the watchtower. Since Kenneth is injured, Alex volunteers to go and is given an earpiece from her dad to direct her. And I have a bone to pick with Kenneth because within 30 seconds of receiving that earpiece, he gave me the most unclear instructions on how to disarm these noise traps. Yo, what? What was I supposed to do there? Dad, instructions unclear. Bro, he's just sitting there when he just watched that too. You know that? How? That was even louder. Oh, f the multi-tool. I'm crawling under it. There's a 0% chance I'm hitting my head on the... She deserves to die. Like, in that scenario, she deserves to die.
2 very boring minutes later.
Okay, then. You may have noticed we now have a death counter, and that bad boy went up way higher than I'd like to admit here. You, Kenneth.
Go forward. You'll reach a wooden signpost. When you do, go left. Did you go left? You never did like being told what to do.
Wait, did he tell me to go left?
Just like your mother.
Okay, maybe this isn't entirely Kenneth's fault. Once we make it to the tower, a transmission can be heard from the National Guard. It's here we learn some vital information. The creatures cannot swim. I repeat, they do not like water. Because of this, the guard was evacuating all survivors to an island on boats leaving from the harbor. With this potential escape plan in mind, we leave the tower to regroup with Kenneth, and on my way, I come across my 10th collectible shuttle. Collector. As we get closer to the radio tower, we overhear a conversation between Kenneth and Laura. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely feel like up until this point, Alex and Kenneth have been seriously overreacting to Laura, giving Alex a little time out at the hospital when she found out Alex was keeping her grandchild a secret from her after the death of her son. But what do I know? I just collect trophies in video games. Anyway, Kenneth has the same fight or flight reaction to Laura following them as Alex did, and we hear the two of them wrestle for control over her gun until... With another creature in the area now, there's no time to mourn as we carefully sneak around the rest of the campsite, escape, and pop our trophy. Then, underneath the waterfall, have that mental breakdown that's been bottling up inside. The next day, we continue to move forward, and after crossing through a bird watching area, arrive at the train yard. Using sand to dampen our footsteps, we sneak past the local death angel and learn from a note that the creatures are evolving. Some creatures will now scan areas and detect any movement regardless of sound levels. Cool. Now we have to be even more cautious of every step we take. Wait, what's the ladder doing? Oh my God, Alex, run! Come on! We gotta go! This way, Alex! Look, quick! Into that vent! Trophy. Back to day one, we're starting to see the aftermath of the arrival with chaos overrunning the streets. We're in the back of a van with Laura's husband Robert, who gives us a shotgun. Finally, we can shoot some stuff in this game. This level really reminds me of those AR shooting games you would see at arcades because it's basically a cinematic cutscene that you point and shoot at during. Every few seconds, a creature would jump on the van and you needed to shoot its claws to make it fall off. It was cool while it lasted, but eventually the chaos overtakes us and our car barrel rolls to a stop. We get the trophy hitting or finishing the chase mission without dying, and after watching the best cutscene in the entire game where unfortunately the homie Robert dies, also pop the chase trophy for finishing the level. Back in the present, we find ourselves at the pump station with our flashlight broken. Luckily, flares are scattered around the location, so we'll be using them as a light source for now. Throughout the level, we discover that the facility is not in good shape with tons of broken pipes, so we shut down the water flow in multiple areas as we quietly progress through. Avoiding the lurking death angel, we redirect the water flow to drain the pool and create a path out. On my way to the exit, I spot one last document, and picking it up gives us the casual reading trophy for acquiring every document in a single level. Soon after, we find a new manual crank flashlight and climb a ladder back up to the surface. As always, we unlock a trophy for completing the level and are now walking distance from the harbor. While walking through the town, we spot writing on a wall from the National Guard that directs us to go through a tech store and into the local 24-hour market. Small problem though, the tech shop's door is electronically locked, and in order to pass, we'll need to power it up from the breaker inside a nearby warehouse. This area is crawling with creatures, so we're forced to use any and all supplies we can find in the world to keep ourselves alive. While in the warehouse, I throw a glass bottle to distract the creature hunting me and earn a trophy for breaking our 25th bottle. Flipping the switch, we're able to escape danger for now, and as we're walking, come across a dead body with a note that says, "If you forget the code for you know what, just look at this strange monster." With some high IQ detective skills, I'm able to decipher this cryptic puzzle and determine this may very well just be a secret 3-digit password for the briefcase I'd passed by earlier. Okay, that's our first suitcase opened. Now through the diner, we finally make it to the dock. There's just one small problem. There's no boats, so we take a puff from our inhaler to ease the tension, giving us a trophy for using 30 inhalers. We make our way into the boathouse to see if on the off chance there are any boats inside, and while walking on the catwalk, the floor falls from underneath us and instantly attracts a death angel. Quickly grabbing a bottle, we throw it at some monitor screens and the interference stuns the creature. And because of where I threw the bottle, it set off 3 screens. So when the Death Angel inevitably destroys all 3, we get a trophy. After a few deaths in this area, I realized that while the creature is stunned from the noise, I can just freely sprint without it hunting me. So I decided to full send it through the entire building. It works, and we unlock another trophy, this one being our first completed speedrun challenge for leaving the area in under 2 minutes and 15 seconds. We walk into a surveillance room, and Alex spots a boat on the security feed from inside the fire station. This not being too far from us is our first real sign of a possible escape. So we start the journey to the fire station and pop the harbor trophy for finishing the level. Once we make it inside, we need to find a way to unlock the doors without alerting the monster. Let's play electrical fuse roulette. We're going to constantly swap out fuses and see how long it takes for something to go wrong. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, we started a fire. Nah, no worries. The automated sprinkler system should kick in. Are you kidding me? It's out of water? All right, no, this is fine. This is fine. Just head downstairs and redirect the training pool into the system. We spend some more time spinning some valves and get the water flowing, but before we head back, I make a quick pit stop to turn the light's power breaker on and secure ourselves a trophy for doing so. Attempting to get back to the boat, Alex's asthma gets the best of her as she crosses through the smoky aftermath of the fire. She passes out and the game ends as we fade into the darkness, hearing the monster's footsteps grow louder, approaching her body. Nah, I'm trolling. Laura saves the day and pulls Alex out of danger, then proceeds to give her gas mask. Listen, I told y'all they were being way too harsh on Laura. They really tried to paint her as the bad guy throughout the entire game, but I just was not buying it. She really did just seem like a grieving mother who wanted to protect what little family she had left. So W Laura, and now that we have the gas mask, we just need to make it through one last section of the fire station and we're on the boat. With this being the final sequence of the game, it's of course the grand finale and has a twist. Because Alex is wearing a gas mask, she can't use any more inhalers. So for the first time, we have a limited amount of time and energy to traverse a level. Now remember how I had mentioned that I made a mistake starting the game on medium difficulty? Well, I may have sort of switched the difficulty on hard midway through in hopes of still being able to pop the trophy at the end, so I'm also doing this final challenge on the hardest difficulty. As I learn to navigate around through multiple attempts, I unlock a trophy for throwing 15 flares. With some practice runs finished, we have our route, and it's time to escape once and for all. This is where we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab this sandbag, but I'm only going to use it at the very end. So watch this. I'm going to toss another flare over there so I can see what I'm doing. And then pour the sand. Starting from here. As long as I have enough sand to get to this part, then we're home free. We got it. I literally need something to get over there. Dude, I'm right at that sound level. I'm gonna have to walk in the dark. That's about to be tragic. Is there a bottle here? There is a bottle. Okay. God dang, that lasted forever. Gotta try to save this as long as I can. Bro, it is on the boat. Okay, I just need to keep track of where the monster is. Please go over there. Dude, if it ran straight at me, that would have been the worst. Okay, so we've got that on the other side. I don't know what could have possibly just set it off a little bit there. I'm on the boat. We're home free. Oh! Yo, they can't swim, right? Oh, all right, that should be the end. Uh-oh. That's clutch. Our frequencies. Bro, kick it. Shotgun, something. Oh! Hey! It was a quick time event. With the game complete, we unlock trophies for finishing the level, finishing the game on easy, and finishing the game on medium. So once again, although I played a good portion of the game on hard, we'll have to do a completely new playthrough if we want to unlock that final difficulty based trophy. But considering we still have a lot of collectibles to clean up, this isn't much of a setback. Speaking of collectibles, I figured this would be a nice time for us to finally cash in on some of the CR we've collected throughout our first playthrough. CR is the in-game currency you earn each time you find a space shuttle, and depending on the rarity of the shuttle, you'll be earning anywhere between 20 and 50 CR for each one. These CR points are used to unlock behind the scenes content in the extra menu, so we spend what points we have and unlock trophies for purchasing our first and every 3D model, as well as our first concept art. All these quick trophy pops give me the motivation to immediately jump back into the game, this time doing some of the miscellaneous and speedrun tasks I wasn't able to do in my initial playthrough, starting with finally cracking that lake house briefcase code. Oh, this is the puzzle. So swing set will be number 1, then the bench will be number 2, and the dock will be number 3. So we go to the swing set, that'll have the last code. Is that an 8? Yeah. So it should be 814, I believe. That's our top contender. 2010. 2008. Okay, hold up. So maybe it's 481 is going to be my first guess. And if we get it wrong, we're going to have to reload the level. 481. Did we get a trophy for that? Resolving. Find the combination to open the briefcase in the lake house. We move on to the next level, and on our way to the garden, come across a speedrun challenge location. Playing on the easiest difficulty, knowing where to go, and understanding the mechanics of how the monster works, this is no challenge at all and is as simple as walking straight through the area. Now at the forest house, we need to throw a bottle at each of the 4 large animal statues. There's 1, 2, 3, and this should be the last one. There we go. While we're here, we should also try to knock out the speedrun trophy for this area, which honestly shouldn't be too hard. We just need to open up this gate and then take this plank and bring it over to the other end. As soon as we cross over, I think we should pop the trophy. Let's see, did we do it in time? Let's go all the way up. Okay, there we go. We return back to the first mission of the game at the ranch to clean up a simple trophy I somehow missed for looking at each one of the children's drawings in the basement. Continuing to breeze by some of the speedrun trophies, we knock out 2 more for leaving the campsite parking lot in under 7 minutes and crossing over the train bridge in under 6.5. While on the train wreck mission, I saw an opportunity to unlock one of the more annoying trophies in the game for emptying 20 sandbags. Because each sandbag typically contains more than enough sand to get you from point A to point B, I pretty much just walked in circles, filling up the entire level with sand. During my first playthrough, I was very curious on why so many bricks could be found on the porch right before Kenneth's death, and this question was answered when I saw our next miscellaneous task to knock down 2 buckets in the area. Oh, that's probably why there's all the bricks over here, is for this miscellaneous trophy. Because I remember when I originally got to this part, I was questioning that. And right here, you see these cans? I gotta knock those down. Bro, can I not just stand underneath? Oh, okay. Hey, my bad. Well, let's not mess this up. So I think it's literally just as simple as boom. Brother, that was a bit louder than I thought. And I should be able to snipe this one here. Oh. Yeah. Oh, it didn't fall down. Okay. No shot. Now I gotta go all the way back? Never mind. I hate this game. And there we go. Ordering. That's for knocking down both of the buckets. That took longer than expected. That's all we're gonna say. From here, we lock it in and finish the final 4 remaining speedrun challenges. Wait, is it about to break this door? You know what? Honestly, that could help me. Break the door. The goat. All right, pump B attached. Wait, am I actually just getting out of here? There's no way. There's no way that was it. Because we made it to the sewers. Yeah, that was way too easy, dude. So I'm cutting this corner. Gonna send that guy over there. Grab this. And we're just gonna speed run straight there. That should be that. Perfect. In and out in a second. Thought for sure he would break that door down. Yeah, I'm actually gonna crash out if I bug the trophy by doing a load. I could have just died and then I would have been fine. Because there's no way they want you to do all of what I just did in 7 minutes. There's no way. What? That's so quick. All right, cool. That took like no time at all. That was a 2.5 minute process. If as long as I just stay this consistent on the joystick, we're fine. Yeah, that one was actually so easy. That was so easy. That was a silver trophy. That was probably the easiest of the speedruns. The creature literally didn't even spawn near us. Hey, we beat the game. With all these out of the way and my understanding to not only play the game, but to do so as quickly as possible at an all-time high, I decided to finally run it back on a new playthrough on the game's hardcore difficulty. In just a little over 3 hours, we complete the story for a second time and collect the game's only gold trophy for doing so. But ladies and gentlemen, we come on top victorious and better than ever. Now give me my goddamn trophy. Oh, wait, well, hold on. I put my controller down. I have done this ending. This is now my 3rd time. Every time I have forgotten to do this part. Controller is in hand. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because we are not deathless yet. We still have one more important, crucial QTE. Give me the shotgun. Oh, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, our hardcore playthrough is complete. With all signs pointing towards the platinum trophy being mine tonight, we hit a giant dent in our plans. While attempting to achieve the codebreaker trophy for unlocking all of the briefcases within the game, I discover a hidden barrier that blocks off the entire route to a cave entrance that contains the document that I need to read to not only decrypt this final code, but that I also need to collect to unlock the assiduous reader trophy for finding every document in the game. Searching through forums online, I come to find out that this glitch is not just happening to me, but every single person who owns the digital version of the game. I later find out that this bugged version of the game is also the reason I wasn't able to unlock the attentioning trophy back in my initial playthrough when I unlocked the diner door lock in my first attempt. With this platinum trophy currently being unobtainable for digital game owners, it was clear what I had to do. Buy a new PlayStation 5 with the physical disc tray. Because the physical copy of the game was apparently playing on a different patch than the digital version, those who had the physical copy didn't have any of these issues. Not knowing when or if the platinum would ever be achievable, I figured this would be a simple solution to my problem and I could easily hit my goal of posting this video before Halloween 2024. But I couldn't have been more wrong. This month the universe has been against me, and this trend continued when I went to every single store in my area without finding a PS5 copy of the game. Searching every Walmart, Target, Best Buy, GameStop, I found nothing. 3 days later, I find a Walmart an hour and a half away from my house that had a copy of the game in stock. I make the drive that night and finally secure myself the game. Excited to get this platinum and start working on this video as soon as possible, I wake up the next morning ready to grind out these last few trophies, and come to find out I get a notification that my digital version of the game has an update. Honestly, with how my luck has been the last month, I sort of assumed this would happen, so I wasn't even surprised to learn that this patch fixed all of the bugged trophies. So despite going through that entire experience offline, I was still ready and excited to complete this game. Of course, I start by grabbing that document from the cave and using it to unlock my final briefcase. Then make my way to the Harbor Diner to make sure I can pop the trophy for unlocking the door. Now, more motivated than ever, I quickly finish cleaning up the rest of the collectibles with all of the mixtapes, documents, and while actually searching for the last flock of birds I needed to scare away for our final miscellaneous task, come across the final shuttle. Dude, it's actually clutch too. I needed that. Oh, that was the last shuttle. Okay, so that's Completionist, which, hey, that's what we are. We're getting close to getting the trophy. I had no idea that the last toy shuttle was there or that I was even missing one. I genuinely thought there was 2 I still needed. This means I'll have enough CR to finish purchasing the last of the concept art, so the last hurdle between me and this platinum trophy is to just find one more flock of birds. This has to be the last set of birds. So if you go into that cabin, usually you scare some off. So if I just throw this bottle... That'll get us the last flock of birds. They were sitting underneath the cabin. So that's chasing away for, like I said, scaring away all the birds. That means I can officially leave the game and we can get this platinum trophy. Because our last trophy is to go to the extras menu and unlock all of the concept arts, which now that we have all the shuttles, we should have all the CR required to do this. And with that being said, this is our final trophy. Art Critic. Before we unlock, wait for it, the platinum trophy for A Quiet Place. This game has been a journey off the game to get this trophy. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video because this one drove my mental insane. Happy Halloween, everyone. Subscribe to the channel.